Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my first advent calendar video for the year. The holiday season is sneaking up on us, and I personally feel like September is too early to be talking about this stuff, but brands don't. They don't give a shit. They're just like, hey, it's January, let's announce our next advent calendar or holiday release. It's exhausting, but it is what it is. So last year I did a video talking about some of my favorite advent calendars, ones that I look out for every year to see what is going to be inside. And I also talked about a couple that, you know, were new on the market, as in like brands hadn't done an advent calendar before. So I thought it was interesting to see where they were going with their advent calendar. And this year I decided that I'm going to do this video where I'm going to talk about 25 advent calendars that caught my eye this year, whether they be ones that I look at and drool over every year, or if they were new and upcoming or just interesting. But what I'm also going to do is another 2 videos talking about other advent calendars that aren't just beauty related. So those videos will be coming up later in the week, and if you want to see them, keep an eye out for them. So without further ado, let's get into the advent calendar stuff. I might move over here so we can put some images up here. The first advent calendar on my list, and by the way, this list is in like no particular order, it's just like as I sort of came across them. I've actually got the Yes Style one. I quite enjoy the Yes Style advent calendar. It's great if you're into J Beauty or K Beauty. They are jam-packed and usually have all full-size products in them. This year it appears that there are going to be 24 skincare and makeup items. I still firmly believe that an advent calendar should be a 25-day thing, because who doesn't want to open a treat on Christmas Day? I mean, you get gifts anyway, but still, you know, advent calendar. So the Yes Style Advent Calendar is going to retail for $273.90 Australian dollars, 161.44 pounds, and 181.39 US dollars. It has a pre-order date of the 4th of October at 6 p.m. GMT. So if you want this advent calendar, I highly recommend putting that time in your diary and being ready to buy it, because historically it has sold out really quickly. Usually they do have a bunch of like pre-order dates. So there's usually the initial date followed by 2 or 3 other days, and then it actually goes up for launch. So they don't put all of the boxes up straight away for purchase. It gives people a bit of time to, you know, if they miss the first one, you can try and get in the next time. Visually, the calendar is super cute this year. It has a beauty and the bakery theme, which, look, it's just adorable. It looks like a little bakery shop. I kind of love it. It's cute. The next calendars on my list all come from Rituals. I've never had a Rituals calendar, but I look at them every year because I think they are really beautiful. Rituals makes visually stunning advent calendars. So this year they have 3 calendars. They all have 24 doors, and their prices range. So there's a 2D calendar for €69.50. There's a 3D calendar for €99.50, and there is a premium calendar. So this is new to their range. This one's $149.50. It is also 3-dimensional in the way that it appears, and it's similar to the 3D one, but the colors seem to be inverted. The premium one includes full size, and it's for him and her apparently. This is a brand exclusive advent calendar, which means it only contains Ritual products, and it has like candles, bath products, body products, hair, and fragrance inside. All three of these calendars are available now and I love them. They've not disappointed this year. I think the 2D one is still like a pretty advent calendar, but my heart does lie with the 3D and the premium. They're in the shape of a tree and they have these little ornaments on them, like baubles that contain the products. I've said many times one year I want to like set up a little sort of advent calendar Christmas tree. This is not the year for it. I'm actually going away for Christmas, so it's not going to work for me, but I love the concept of these advent calendars and I love the concept of an advent calendar Christmas tree. Next is Cult Beauty. Now, I really wanted this advent calendar last year. I didn't manage to get my hands on it. It just releases at an inconvenient time and I didn't feel like waking up during the middle of the night to try and order it. I might see if I can get it this year, but also I'm not gonna stress out if I don't manage to get my hands on it. This one is a 25 door advent calendar. Yay, we love that. It contains 37 products, 13 of them are full size, and in the day 25 drawer, there are 6 products. So that's pretty cool, but it does mean that there's going to be like more than one product in extra of the drawers, which is great. Interestingly, last year there were 38 products with 19 full size. But you know, sometimes things change. I do also think the advent calendar is more expensive this year, maybe. It's £235 with a £960 value. It's currently on a wait list, so you have to sign up for the wait list to be notified of when it's going to be available. Another interesting thing with this calendar, I think this is new. I don't think they did it last year. Maybe they did and I just missed it. And I've also noticed this with a few other advent calendars releasing this year that we'll talk about later in the video. There are 3 golden tickets which will be randomly placed into advent calendars. Those golden tickets are essentially a £1,000 gift voucher for Cult Beauty, which is a bonus. If you get one, that's a happy bonus. So this is a mixed brand advent calendar and it contains, you know, something from like all of the steps of a beauty routine. There's skincare, makeup, hair, bath, body. I think there's even a candle in there. So yeah, there's a Joe Loves candle in there. It looks like a great advent calendar. I'm interested in it. It is a difficult one for me to purchase though because of like, you know, time differences and when it releases, and also this calendar sells out so quickly. It is hugely popular and I mean, you might be looking at it and going, oh, I see some nice products in there. That's why it's hugely popular. People love it. Next is Look Fantastic. Now, I have had this advent calendar in the past. I may have even had it twice, if I'm remembering correctly. It is a 25 door advent calendar with 26 products and it's available for pre-order. It is retailing for 199 Australian dollars, 120 US dollars or 95 pounds, and it contains mixed brands of full size and mini products. It contains skincare, makeup, hair care, nails, bath, body, candles, a whole array of products in there. There are some really nice brands as well. Historically, I really like the Look Fantastic advent calendar, and I would say it kind of falls into the ever so slightly more affordable spectrum of beauty advent calendars, especially when we're looking at these mixed brand advent calendars that contain, you know, some higher end brands. So I think this is definitely a good entry level one for people who want to explore beauty advent calendars but aren't willing to spend, like, you know, the next one we're going to talk about, it's like $600 odd. So, you know, I think you get it. Okay, so let's discuss a $600 odd advent calendar. This is from Jo Malone. I look at it every year and I always think to myself, if I am ever so financially stable that dropping $600 odd on an advent calendar would not hurt me, I would buy this for myself. I would treat myself, but for now, it's a dream. Jo Malone, 25-day. This is a reusable drawer and box system. Most of these advent calendars would be reusable as well. So that's, you know, something to keep in mind if you like the idea of that. So this is currently available as a wait list item, so you have to sign up to the wait list, and it looks like the preview is going to be later in September, potentially the 29th of September. I think it's going to retail for around 615 Australian dollars or 335 pounds, but that's just going off, like, you know, information from last year and taking a stab in the dark, basically. It is brand exclusive, obviously. It is just Jo Malone products. You will find colognes, candles, and bath and body products in there. So they're going to be minis of the types of products that you would find at Jo Malone. I do also see in the image there's some sort of, like, I don't know, orb thing on a little, I don't know what that is. No idea. Potentially an ornament that, or maybe, like, it kind of looks like a snow globe. Hang on, I'm just gonna, I need glasses. Yeah, it is. It's a snow globe. Oh, okay. Let's just take a little break to talk about dumb shit in advent calendars. Shall we call it? So last year we saw the Chanel advent calendar, which took the beauty world by storm. I believe it was their first advent calendar. It was absurdly expensive and it was full of junk, Chanel branded junk, and people were annoyed, rightfully so. I don't particularly enjoy finding things like this in beauty advent calendars. It's not what I sign up for. So hypothetically, if I had the money to spend on this advent calendar this year, I would actually skip it, because I don't need a snow globe, and apparently there's also a snowball keyring in there, and I don't need, nor do I want, that junk in my life. So I would skip it. I would. Yeah, I just think it's junky. I'm sure some of you will agree, and some of you might even be like, fuck yeah, I want a Jo Malone branded snow globe. And if you do, then, you know, you do you, boo. You enjoy it. Taking a sidestep from Jo Malone straight into Jo Loves. So this is another 25-day advent calendar, and it's going to retail for £325. This is likely a UK exclusive. I've yet to see the Jo Loves advent calendar be available on a retailer that ships internationally, but, you know, we don't discriminate about location here. Not with the advent calendars. We just talk about the cool ones and the ones that I love. It is available now for pre-order, and the standard release is October 6th. So this is a brand exclusive advent calendar. Obviously, it just contains Jo Loves products, and apparently there is 6 full-size products. There's a full-size product in day 25, and the newest fragrance, Golden Gardenia, is going to be inside this advent calendar. It contains candles, fragrance, bath and body products, and there is a set of playing cards. Again, dumb shit. Although, I mean, at least playing cards are useful, I guess. Do you guys like to play cards? I do. So, you know, I wouldn't hate it. But yeah, that's in there. I think what I really love about this advent calendar, though, and maybe this is a reason why I don't hate the idea of the playing cards, this is an advent calendar that is kind of in the shape of a tree, but also it looks like it's been done with a deck of playing cards, which looks kind of cool. I like it. I like it. It's playful. Another one that, look, one day I will buy this. It's just not today, and it's probably not going to be for a very long time. This is Diptyque. This is a 25-day advent calendar. Like, big cheers to these brands. This is retailing for £370. It's currently on a wait list. So if you're interested, you sign up for a wait list. They will let you know when it is going live. This is brand exclusive, and it contains full-size and deluxe minis of Diptyque stuff. Now, I couldn't find a whole lot of information about this. I'm going to go ahead and guess that there are, you know, candles and Diptyque fragrances in there. There might also be other weird stuff. Diptyque does have, you know, they do like soaps, and they do some ornamental things that you can spray with their fragrances that are meant to like help diffuse the fragrance. So stuff like that might be in there. But yeah, I've not been able to find a whole lot of information. I will leave a link to their website, of course. So, you know, if you want to go hunting for more info later on, you can totally do that. I do like the way this advent calendar looks. It's kind of like a box system. You could totally reuse the box if you wanted, and it, you know, opens up. It looks nice. I like it. I really like Diptyque as a brand. I particularly like their candles. I usually buy their candle holiday set every year, although I've tried to like pull back from doing that because I hoard them away like a crazy person. But yeah, this one is always on my radar, and I'm always interested to see what their advent calendar looks like and what it contains. Moving on to Liberty London. Now, this is definitely a UK exclusive advent calendar. I will probably never get my hands on it unless I eventually get to have that Christmas in Europe that I've been dreaming of doing. It's on the bucket list, maybe one day. So this is a 25-door advent calendar with 30 products, and it launches on the 28th of September. It's retailing for £245 with £1,065 value. It is a mixed brand advent calendar, and it has an extensive product range. I see candles, I see body care, I see skincare, I see makeup. It's all in there. And this one is another one that contains these golden tickets. So apparently there are 5 £1,000 golden tickets randomly in the advent calendars that are released. And if you manage to find one in your advent calendar, then you got £1,000 to spend at Liberty London. Lucky you. Let's talk about an advent calendar that I would probably never buy, but I do like to keep an eye on ever since the brand announced that they were doing them. This is the MAC Advent Calendar. Now, when they first released this, it was a bit of a joke, and over the years it has gotten better. And I would say that this year is quite good as well. If you're a fan of MAC, I can understand why this one would interest you. So this is currently available. Oh my god, I'm burping up my lunch. Sorry. This is currently available on a wait list. It is only a 24-day advent calendar. Shame, shame. It is £165 with a £405 value. It will release in the US and Australia as well. I just couldn't find their pricing at the time of researching this video. 16 of the products are full size. It is very lip heavy though, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, of course, it is brand exclusive. It's MAC Cosmetics. It's not going to contain any other brands. But it's not a bad little calendar. I like the way it's set up this year. It kind of looks like a hat box with little boxes that you pull out with the products in them. It's pretty cute. I don't hate it. I wouldn't buy it though. This is just, it's not for me. It contains a lot of lip products that I wouldn't use, and that is a bit of a deal breaker for me. But I think compared to their first year and even compared to last year, I think they're doing good. Next up is Cohorted. Now, this is new to me. This retailer is new to me. They are a mixed brand retailer. I'd never heard of them before. I didn't know that they did advent calendars. I don't know if they've done them in the past. I just stumbled across them while I was doing my research this year, and they actually have two advent calendars. They're both 12-day advent calendars and they retail for £49.99. They have around a £400 value, but the one that really caught my eye was actually the bauble advent calendar. So this is designed to be hung on your tree, which I love. However, if that's not really your cup of tea, they do have a standard like door style advent calendar that opens up with the drawers. So it is mixed brand. It contains skin, makeup, hair, fragrance and candle products. There is some product crossover in these advent calendars though, so don't go ham and buy them both because you might be annoyed. It appears that these do also ship internationally, and they are available now. So look, this made the list because of the baubles. That's it, just the baubles. Next is Penhaligon's. Now this advent calendar just looks so fun. It's visually striking to me, and that's why it's made it on the list. Also, I'm kind of down with the contents. So this is a 24-day calendar, boo, but it contains all of the good stuff. So it's £375. It is obviously brand exclusive, and it contains their fragrance, candle and body products. The products are similar to the 2021 calendar, so if this brand is already on your radar and you got it last year, you may be getting some duplicate products from last year. You'll have to be the judge about how you feel about that, but I love the way this looks. It has like a circus theme. It's in like a tubular kind of, or cylindrical, that's the word we want, a cylindrical box, and it opens up and it's just you're cute, super cute. Moving on to Space NK. Now I picked up this advent calendar last year and I really enjoyed it. This year it is a 25 door calendar, I believe, but it contains 30 products. It is on a wait list at the moment and it's retailing for £215 with £770 value. It is mixed brand, so anything that Space NK sells, there's a possibility of it being in the advent calendar, and the products range from like candles, skincare, there's makeup, bath, body products, hair products. It looks quite good. Look, I said I wasn't going to talk about like the products in the calendar because I don't want to spoil it, but there's an ultraviolet SPF in there. I love their SPFs. They're fantastic. And also a Paula's Choice product, which looks to be the BOCAJ liquid, which is a fantastic product. So I really like the Space NK advent calendars. Like I said, I did pick one up last year. It was my first one. I really enjoyed it, and I'm happy to sort of keep this brand on my radar to see what they're doing each year. Next is Net-a-Porter. Now I believe I had this advent calendar in 2020, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. It is a 25-day advent calendar. It retails for £275 with a £1,011 value. It is mixed brand and it contains candles, skincare, makeup, hair care, body care, and some tools apparently. And it appears that I did not make a note about whether it was available or not. Okay, no, obviously I didn't make a note about it because there was no note to be made. It has only been announced. It's not available for waitlist or purchase yet. That is one that you're probably just going to have to keep an eye on if you're interested in it. Now let's move on to the Body Shop. This one is an interesting one for me. I probably would never buy one of these advent calendars, but for some reason I look at them every year, and I think the reason why is mostly because I typically find them visually pleasing to look at. So it's kind of one of my go-to to check out. Now there's actually 5 available this year from what I could find on the Australian website. It appears that most of them are 25 door, but there is also a 24 door one. So there's two that retail for 160 and 250 Australian dollars. They're both 25 door and they're available now. Then there's three for loyalty club members only, and these consist of one 24-day advent calendar for $120 and then two 25-day advent calendars for $180 and $260 respectively. They are of course brand exclusive because it's the Body Shop and that's what they sell, and they contain products from the Body Shop. I think that kind of goes without saying. The loyalty club thing surprised me. I don't know if this is new. I didn't notice it last year, but maybe also I wasn't looking hard enough. Loyalty club is free to sign up to if you go digging deeper and you're potentially interested in these. So it just means that you sign up to the loyalty club. I don't know what that is. Just make sure it's not their MLM leg of the business, because they do have that. Sticking with like bath and body type products, let's move on to Lush. I think Lush do Christmas really well. They throw themselves into it, and I can identify with that. So I really love the Lush advent calendar. I've never had it before, and it's probably not something that I would buy because it's like bubble bar and bath bomb and all of those good bathy bits. It's very heavy in that, and I don't have a lot of baths. So I just don't, oh, the dog's knocking stuff. Do you need some attention? Oh, she's trying to be careful. Okay, now I'm distracted and forgot what I was talking about. Let's get into the info. So it is a 25-day calendar, and it includes some retro and exclusive products. They did this last year as well, which was great. I think it's fantastic that the products that are in the advent calendar aren't just things that you're going to be able to go to Lush and buy anyway. So if you love Lush products and you love their like retro and exclusive products, you really got the sneezes, don't you? Stop sniffing the dusty stuff then. If you're into that, then I think it's fantastic that the advent calendar contains some of those products. Now, I could only find the UK price at the time of researching this video. It is retailing for £185 and it launched online on the 25th of August. It launches in-store on the 21st of September in the UK. Now, looking at the Australian website, looks like they're holding off maybe a little bit longer. It's not currently available online, or maybe it did go up in August and sold out and they just took the listing down. I don't know. Lush always launch their advent calendar super early in the year. I'm not going to lie, it annoys me. August is too early. It's too early. A lot of people start doing their Christmas shopping a little bit later in the year, and a lot of people are running around late November looking to purchase advent calendars for December. And the fact that they release so early in the year means that often they sell out. And look, granted, if they launch later in the year, they're probably going to sell out anyway, so you probably have to be really quick to get what you want. But a lot of people aren't going to be thinking, oh, I'm going to go buy an advent calendar in August. It's just like, I'm kind of annoyed that I'm even doing this video in September. It feels too early to me. Also, side note, Lush make candles now. I need to buy one because I gotta test it out. If you've tried them, let me know. Okay, this is an advent calendar that, I don't know, maybe I want to buy this. Do I want this one? Maybe I want this one. It's from Selfridges. I love Selfridges. Have I had their advent calendar before? I think maybe I might have actually. Maybe. Going back a few years. Or maybe I haven't. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been... Look, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. It's a problem. So, this is a 25-day calendar and it contains 27 products. 12 of them are full size, but I think one of the full-size items is a beauty concierge appointment card, which I don't live in the UK, so it's useless to me. Anyway, moving on, it's £210 with an £800 value. It's currently available on a wait list. It contains mixed brands. Some of the brands look great. I see some Charlotte Tilbury in there. I even see a Pat McGrath blush. So there's that. This contains candles, skin, makeup, bath and body, hair, and tools in it. It's a big calendar. I like the look of it, kind of. I think there's a Kylie lip product in there, which literally might be a deal breaker for me. I don't know. I kind of like it. I haven't decided on what advent calendar I'm buying this year. Next is Charlotte Tilbury. Now, last year I talked about this advent calendar and I wasn't super impressed with it. Mostly because the contents were what appeared to be almost exactly the same as the previous year. Now this year I decided that I wasn't going to compare this year's contents with last year's contents because I didn't want it to annoy me if they were the same, and I decided to just look at it for what it is. So this is only a 12-day advent calendar, which in my opinion is not fun. But Charlotte Tilbury make really beautiful products, so, you know, I like it and it annoys me at the same time. It is what it is. It does contain 5 full-size products. The advent calendar is not numbered. I believe it wasn't numbered last year as well, and I think the reason they do that is so that you can use the box that it comes in as a like storage piece throughout the year. It is pretty cute. It's got these little like crystal moon and star handles on it. It's like it's cute, and I'm sure that there would be a functional purpose with this advent calendar in many people's lives once it has been opened up and enjoyed throughout December. So this is at the time of filming this, it's on a wait list, but it's meant to launch on the 22nd of September, I believe, and this video should be up after that, I think. It's retailing for $295 US with a $417 value. I will say, look, okay value, but looking at some of the other calendars, it might feel like not so great value. But also in saying that, a lot of the other calendars contain just like minis of products. So, you know, I think you would have to be the judge personally about whether you feel that it is good value. And also, if you look at the contents of the calendar and you're like, I will use every single thing, that is automatically good value. So, you know, it's going to be a personal thing for you. It is brand exclusive. Obviously, it's just Charlotte Tilbury stuff, and it contains skincare and makeup items. Let's talk about an advent calendar that I would probably buy if they would ship it to me. This one is from Fortnum and Mason. It is a 25-day advent calendar, and it is available now, but they don't ship the advent calendar out until the 24th of October, so you would consider it a pre-sale item. This is UK exclusive, unfortunately. It's another one, if I ever get that Christmas holiday in the UK or in Europe, I will buy myself this as a treat. It's £245 with an £844 value. It is mixed brand. Fortnum and Mason obviously retail a multitude of brands. It contains 27 products. 22 of them are full size, which is not too shabby. I will say some of they're like, you know, the brand sells a mini version of their full size product. And that's in the calendar, so, you know, people might get hung up on technicalities here. If you do, I kind of feel you on that one. It contains skin, makeup, hair, bath and body products, and these guys also, if you're in the UK and you don't know this, which I'm sure you already do, they also do like snacking advent calendars, tea advent calendars, chocolates, traditional ones. I really like the Fortnum and Mason advent calendars, even though I can't buy them. I look at them every year and they make me feel happy. Just looking at them makes me feel happy. Also, I absolutely love the color or colors that they chose for the advent calendar this year. It's beautiful, it's striking, I love it. Good job, Fortnum and Mason. I would buy the shit out of that. Another one that is new to me is from a company called Flannels. Now this is a mixed retailer website, and this is their advent calendar for the second year in a row. So they did their first one last year, and it's only this year that I am discovering them. So this is a 25-day advent calendar. It's available now, which is great. It's £235 with an £804 value. And again, we're getting those golden ticket things. One of the advent calendars contains a $500 gift voucher. So if you are that lucky person, gosh, you are so lucky. It's a mixed brand, and look, I will mention some of the things that I see in this. You guys can see the picture anyway, it's up here. There's Natasha Denona in there, there's Floral Street. Look, it caught my eye, and I think it's not bad for like a second year running advent calendar. Now this company actually does ship globally, and I kind of took a deep dive with their shipping terms and conditions. I don't know if this advent calendar is going to ship, because it may be ever so slightly larger than the max dimensions of what they will ship internationally. So I don't know. However, if you do know, or if you purchased this last year and had it shipped internationally, fill us in. Let's talk about the Dior advent calendar. Not usually one on my radar, but goodness, this one is pretty this year. Like, I was like, oh my God, what is that? I want it. So it's a 24-day advent calendar. It's retailing for £470. It is brand exclusive, obviously. Contains fragrance, candles, skincare, body, makeup, and decorations, which I don't like it. I'm not into decorations, but you know, maybe you do want a Dior Christmas ornament, I don't know. This one's launching on October 15th at Harrods and on the Dior website. I don't know if it's going to be available internationally. I know nothing. It's just, all I know is it's beautiful. It is strikingly pretty. Okay, the next one, I need to bring up my phone, and we need to talk about it. I had to download an app to find out information about this. It's from P.Louise. I don't know if they did an advent calendar last year or the year before. I don't know if this is their first. All I know, no, I don't want you to send me notifications. Thank you so much. Please don't. It appears that they have 2 advent calendars available this year, and they are only available on the app at this point. Anyway, that might change, I don't know. We can't trust these brands to say one thing and not do another. They are pre-order at the moment, and the large one retails for £165 with a £350 value. All products in the advent calendar are unreleased as of September 2022. So that means they, look, it's hard. If you were to pre-order this advent calendar, it says it's going to ship in November 2022, sometime in November 2022, with a guaranteed shipping date before December 1st. So they're not giving you an actual time frame. This is probably a pre-order for a reason. They're working out how many to have manufactured. Now, going back to all of the products being unreleased as of September 2022, that means that some of the products may release over the coming months, that will then end up being in the advent calendar, or potentially these products might, you know, be released next year sometime. So if that is of value to you, then there's the information. You do with it as you please. Now, they do have another one It's actually a budget option, and they call it the Budget Box Edition. During my research, I did discover that it appears that they do these budget boxes with some sort of frequency. I don't know. I don't know what frequency, but this particular one is the Magic in the Memories Budget Advent Calendar. So it is £55 with £140 value. It contains 10 brand new products, and they look, I have to give them props for this. I really love it. They clearly state that they do not recommend that you buy both advent calendars because they have product like lap over. They've got like similar products in each box. And the final piece of information I can give you is that the budget box is available for international shipping. The standard calendar or the full-size calendar may be limited due to weight, and the on the listing it says you will hear from the P.Louise team if you order it and we can't ship it to you, which means I would assume that they will refund you. So I think it's great that they have all of that information there. I would really love to know how many days the full-size advent calendar is. I'm assuming it's going to be 24 or 25, but the information is not there. At least I couldn't find it. So anyway, this one piqued my interest because I didn't know P.Louise did advent calendars. I don't know if they've done them in the past. If you know, fill me in. I definitely, you know, I want to know these things. Every year, there's always new advent calendars to be found, and you know, also being on this app is making me want to buy P.Louise. I haven't even tried their stuff before. Maybe I'll have to give it a go one day. But let's continue on with the advent calendars because we're almost at the end. This next one is from Latest in Beauty and the Sunday Times. This one, look, this one was weird to me. I was just like, what the hell? But I have to give them props. This is their first advent calendar, and the contents look pretty good. So it's a 25-day advent calendar. Awesome, love that. And it contains 21 full-size products. It is it's a waitlist available product. It looks like it's going to be the UK only. It is mixed brand and it contains fragrance, candle, skincare, body and makeup products. It's going to retail for £199 with an £810 value. And look, this caught my eye for two reasons. One, it's new to the market, so it's a company or two companies collaborating to create their very first advent calendar, which I always want to see, you know, how much effort are you putting into this? Like, how much attention are you truly paying to the advent calendar or the beauty advent calendar industry? And I have to give them props. 25 days, 21 of those products are full size, and it appears that they have quite a good array of products in there, some nice brands. And I'll definitely be checking back next year to see if they do another one, because that's usually a sign of the first one being a success. Okay, let's talk about an advent calendar that I would normally never put on this list. This is from Lancome. It is only a 24-day calendar. I mean, come on guys, get with the times. It's £140 with a £400 value. And of course it is brand exclusive. It's Lancome. They're not putting Too Faced in there. So this launches on the 21st of September. At Lancome and on the Selfridges website, and it contains fragrance, skincare and makeup, all from Lancome, obviously. Now, the reason why I love this, not for the products, I wouldn't, like, look, I like Lancome, don't get me wrong, but this is just not something that I would buy for myself, you know. I don't need 24 mini Lancome products floating around in my life. Why I love this is the design of the advent calendar. So it was designed with the sculptor Richard Orlinski, and it is a 3D depiction of a snowy Paris scene. It's got the Eiffel Tower. It's so cute. I just love it. I just love it. It's so cute. It's so fun. I think this is one of the things that I love about advent calendars. You know, I like to get them because, like, for one, I get the little minis that I can use for travel throughout the year, which is super helpful. I often get to try brands and products that I haven't tried before. The joy of like opening up a little surprise. There is a dog hair floating. The joy of opening up a little surprise every day in the lead up to Christmas just takes me back to my childhood when mum would get me like a little chocolate advent calendar, or one of those ones where you open up the little door and there's a picture behind it. Like, you know, there's sentimental value there. And when you're looking at an advent calendar for adults like this, it has an extra layer of fun and bouginess, definitely, and luxury. You know, it is such a treat, and I just really love the way this calendar looks. I think it is beautiful and very well done. Next, we have an advent calendar from a company called Up Circle. Now, I am not familiar with this company. I discovered them while I was, you know, searching for advent calendars, and I came across this one. It is their first ever beauty advent calendar, so I do like to look at those as well. But I put this one on the list because I kind of have a little bit of respect for what they're doing here. Now, it's only a 12-day advent calendar, but I think that's okay in this situation. You know, they're probably testing the waters. It is up for pre-order. It is £100 on sale at the moment of filming, but it usually retails for £180. Inside there are 12 brand new products, and this is, I'm reading right off their website. It says, from skincare to accessories to a brand new range for Up Circle. There's only 2,000 available, and we've got the golden ticket thing again. There are 3 golden tickets worth £100 each in random advent calendars. Now, it appears that this only ships to the UK, Europe, and the US, but another reason why I put this in was for people who are a bit more maybe environmentally conscious, or you choose to only purchase like cruelty-free vegan skincare and makeup. So this company, Up Circle, they are certified cruelty-free, vegan, natural, sustainable, and made in the UK. I don't know about the natural thing. I have feelings about that, but I'm sure that they focus on using, you know, natural products, but a lot of skincare does. Anyway, if you are more into brands like that, there are advent calendars out there for you, and this is just one of them. I think also the fact that all of the products in there are like previously unreleased, you're getting to try new stuff, which is kind of fun and exciting. Like if you're a beauty lover and you're buying yourself a beauty advent calendar, you probably do love trying new products, and I think it's really fantastic that they have made the whole calendar new. And I believe, obviously I'll leave a link to their website down below so you can read further about this if you want to. I think I read on their website that you will have the opportunity to leave your feedback about the products, and any products that are well loved they are looking at like bringing into their like repertoire of products. So I like the thought of this, or the idea behind this advent calendar, and I hope they do well with it. I hope next year it's even bigger and better. The last advent calendar that I'm going to talk about is one that I look at every year, and I always thought that I couldn't get it. And I thought, you know, I'm going to have to wait for my Christmas in Europe holiday that I do at some stage. But I think I may be wrong about that. I don't know if it's like changed this year or if I just wasn't digging deep enough in previous years. But I think it ships globally. It's from the White Company. It is a 25-day advent calendar. Retails for £175 with a £269 value. Now, this isn't your typical beauty advent calendar. I would say this is a bit more of like a self-care pamper advent calendar. The White Company do like homewares and, you know, home fragrance and all that jazz. This one contains body products. There's spa products in there, so things you can use like, you know, in the bath and all that jazz. And there's fragrances and candles. It is brand exclusive, obviously, to the White Company, and it's available now, and I think they ship it globally. So I kind of want this one. I would say that maybe I should just buy this one for myself. I don't know. I really have not chosen a beauty advent calendar for this year, and I'm actually starting to feel the pressure. I'm like, shit, I kind of need to choose one so I can be ready to order it if I'm going to have one for December, because, you know, we love our Instagram opening up the advent calendar every day time together. So I need to choose something, and if you guys have suggestions, please definitely let me know. This is definitely not a definitive list. The rain has started. Good, look, good timing. I'm wrapping this up. This is not a definitive list for me by any means. I have been trawling the internet looking at advent calendars for over a month now, and I will continue to do that probably well into November. And now I feel like I need to yell over the rain, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your comments down in the comments section. I love to read them. Let me know if there's any advent calendars you have your eye on, whether they were in this video or not, or if you're gonna skip it, let me know. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.